Really special day here. Paul Miller's an institution, obviously, in this community. And today it's about a celebration of a 45-year partnership with Mazda and this wonderful facility and beautiful cars. So you're going to hear a lot about what is happening at this operation as we move through the program. I want to introduce a few key members of the Paul Miller team and some other special guests who are with us. I'll just ask you when I call your name just to kind of acknowledge and wave to the crowd, do the Queen wave, whatever, and then we'll get our speakers to come up. But we'll start with the CEO and owner, J.P. Miller. President and General Manager, Brad Ferguson. Sales Manager for Mazda North American Operations, Joe Frank. Lori Mazzaro, Portfolio Sales Manager for the Midwest East region at Mazda Financials. And Chapel Tinius, Miss Kentucky, and a big fan and supporter of the Mazda brand and Paul Miller. So let me please introduce, once again, the CEO and owner, J.P. Miller.
Well, I'm so glad to have you all here, and it's quite unique to have the voice of the cats here, right? What about Tom? Unbelievable. So my first job was cleaning cars around here, but my first real job I got paid doing for a living was at WVLK in Lexington. And this guy had this desk in the back corner, and he was always typing and acting crazy with his recorder and running around in and out all the time. And he taught me a lot about a lot of things, even to the point where I ended up a 23-year career in automotive, or in radio broadcasting before I got to automotive. And it was this guy right here. So Tom, he was my mentor, and now I get to listen to him on the radio all the time, but he must look at me every time he sees me and thinks, where did that little kid go, right?
He did pretty well.
We did all right, yes. Well, when we broke ground on this facility, big thanks to Brett Construction for all their hard work. When we broke ground, I said to everyone that it's time to build, because we were coming out of a really challenging time from COVID and a lot of uncertainty. And that's exactly what we did. And Tatiana, big round of applause, and Brett Construction finishing this property in, I think, 10 months, maybe, total, ground up facility. And it was time to build not only here at this dealership, but we've also revamped our entire campus on 26 acres. So it's been quite a project. It's been disruptive at times, to say the least, from installing additional charging infrastructure. I don't know if anyone's ever bid out 20 plus acres of asphalt, but we've redone the asphalt in the facility. We built a brand new building right behind us that's accommodating our commercial fleet and commercial business with Ford Pro Commercial Center. And we also have our collision center with our commercial as well over there that's now ready to go to the next level. So I just want to thank the employees for putting up with all the disruption, all the construction, and all the madness over the last few years, because we did it for a lot of reasons, but the main reason is for our employees and for our customers to really get a top-notch experience, and that's what we're committed to do, including an entire revamp of our entire IT infrastructure with fiber running to every building and a complete new infrastructure to help us assist our customers. So employees, I want to thank you all, our stars. You're the best. Round of applause for you all. Thank you. When I moved back here from Texas, my first job was an assistant manager at the Mazda store. So there are some employees here that used to work with me as an assistant manager at Mazda. And I started thinking about it. So when we first started 45 years ago, there was a restaurant on the corner. We moved the Mazda store into the restaurant. Then we ended up getting another Mazda point in Nicholasville. So we had two Paul Miller Mazdas in town. And then we ultimately ended up buying a piece of property and building a building. We've renovated that building up there 3 times. And then finally, we built this ground up. So I would say after 45 years, 5 different locations, 2 stores down to 1, I think we're finally home. What do you think? I think so. When I was 16, I got a chance to drive that Miata that's out front. I don't know if you got to see that Butte. I don't know if the service guys are, how many clutches did I run through, you think? Quite a few. He's laughing. He knows. Yeah, I've burnt the hell out of that thing. At 16, that's an interesting car to learn how to drive, if you can only imagine. That vehicle is number 55. So of all the Miatas ever made, I think Mark said there's 1.5 million, 1.2 million Miatas made. So on your way out, you can take a look at number 55, and it's not for sale. But the clutch is good, I think. I want to thank you all for being here, and most importantly, the leadership team at Paul Miller has done an excellent job this year. Here in the Mazda facility, it looks like 6 consecutive months of record-breaking activity, I think. Is that what I understand? And you cannot deny that the Mazda brand has really come a long way, right? I mean, not only with their design and the styling, but the transmissions have come to a whole nother level. We've got a new plant here in America, so we're building these Mazdas in America, some of them, and hope to build some more here in America as well. So we're real excited to have you all here. We got some special guests. Most importantly, we'll bring up our president and general manager, Brad Ferguson, to say a few words. Thank you.
Thank you, JP, and thank you, everybody, for coming out today. We absolutely love having events like this, but we also love having just a normal Saturday. So I got a funny little story to tell you about Mazda. So my experience in Mazda started years ago as well, and right over here, our vice president of the company, Mark Sawyer, he was actually running the service center, and somebody thought it'd be a great idea to put me in charge of the sales. Well, I had a guy named Kareem Daly that played football with me back in college, and Kareem and I, big boys, we like to we're hungry. It's time for lunch, so we take off and we jump in one of these little Miatas, right, convertible. Both our heads are up above the glass, and we go get something to eat, and we come back, and one of our guys comes out, and Mark, and he's like, "Hey, boys, how much you weigh, Brad?" And I was like, what are you talking about? I only had one burger. And he said, "Well, no, Kareem, how much do you weigh?" And he goes, "I'm going to show you something." He goes, "Y'all broke the weight limit on the Miata." And I was like, whoa. So I drove a CX-9 from that day forward. But that one thing, and one thing else that is kind of really cool to learn, something I've learned with the Evolution. So there was a Revolution store, which the Millers are always on the front cutting edge of everything that they do. They've been doing it for over 70 years right here in our own community. So everything they do, they did this store, if you look around, it's designed to be like a museum. Now, right now, we've kind of disturbed things, but if we put these vehicles underneath the lights, what's really cool about the Japanese artists and the designers and the craftsmen and everything they do, even the building that we're in, is literally designed to show off the masterpiece product that we get to sell. So it's exciting. It's a wonderful time, and I think we're so grateful y'all are here. We got a fun day planned. So I'm going to let this keep moving because it is a little bit warm. So, Tom, come on up, call the cats home, and let's keep this thing going.
It'll be time for the cats before too much time passes. Our next speaker is Mario Anderson. He's the morning anchor and host of In Focus Kentucky on Spectrum News 1.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. As you heard, my name's Mario Anderson, and I actually know the Paul Miller Motor Company campus pretty well because actually, as you heard, I work for Spectrum News, but before I joined Spectrum, which is going to be 8 years now, I actually worked here for Paul Miller and for J.P. Miller for a couple of years. And as I mentioned, I worked in TV, so I'm used to teleprompter and notes, so I'll have this up as well so I don't miss anything. But before I started here, obviously I worked here at Paul Miller in a couple of different roles while I was here from 2015 to 2017 and helped oversee some of the marketing, sponsorship, and also community partnerships alongside the Miller family in coordination with them, and obviously had a front row to the commitment and investment to the community that the Paul Miller family is known for through all these years. And even though I only worked here for a little over 2 years, I've actually feel like I'm pretty connected to the Paul Miller kind of history just because I grew up here, born and raised in Lexington. Obviously, I'm pretty aware of Jingle Bell Lane over here and obviously the iconic front row area here on New Circle Road. So seeing all of the Mazda cars, but also the Ford cars along this strip of roadway. And then professionally, through the years, I've worked with Paul Miller indirectly with various professional stops along the way, but obviously it's pretty exciting to be invited back to return here to see the continued forward progress that under JP's leadership, the company's been able to continue to exceed. And I know through my time of talking about my career here, I always talk about the innovation of JP and being an entrepreneur and being able to help grow the family business. And I know when I was here, there was at least 14 different types of businesses under the umbrella that we were working on marketing plans for to help encourage people to stop by the dealerships, but also invest in community efforts. So happy to see the progress continuing and happy to be back and celebrating the big day.
Our next speaker is our current Miss Kentucky. Please welcome Chapel Tinius.
Good afternoon, everyone. I want to start by saying thank you so much to Paul Miller Mazda and JP for having me here today. We have absolutely loved having the CX-50 this year, which I so lovingly call red after it being a red car. But it also stands for my community service initiative, Remember Everyone Deployed. So this has been such a special year. They just spoke to the record-breaking year and the record-breaking months that Paul Miller Mazda has had. And it's also been a record-breaking year for the Miss Kentucky organization. As Miss Kentucky this year, I was able to travel to all 120 counties, and this is the first time that's ever been done in the history of the Miss Kentucky organization, was for Miss Kentucky to actually physically be in all 120 counties, and then also travel almost 50,000 miles this year, just 1 year. But none of that would have been possible without the support of Paul Miller Mazda. So we are beyond thankful. We are so excited to continue the partnership with the Miss Kentucky organization, to have this fabulous Mazda driving all around the Commonwealth of Kentucky and continuing to bring communities together. So thank you all again from the bottom of my heart for everything that you all have done. This is an absolutely amazing event, amazing accomplishment, 45 years of legacy, and one that we are honored to continue to be a part of as well. So thank you all so much.
Next, we're going to hear from a couple of members of the Mazda team. Please welcome to the mic Joe Frank, District Sales Manager for Mazda North American Operations, and Rachel Mazden, Zone Manager for Mazda North American Operations.
Thank you. For those of you who don't know, Mazda has been around for over 100 years. And over the past 7, we've been moving the brand into more of an upstream automotive space. This isn't an easy task. However, as a testament to this strategy, last year we sold more Mazdas than ever in our 54 years of doing business in North America. It goes without saying, but this accomplishment wouldn't be possible without our network of dealer partners and their commitment to the brand. So today, we want to thank the Miller family for 45 years of dedication to Mazda. Their commitment to the brand is evident just by looking at this beautiful retail evolution facility and the investment it took in constructing it. But it's much more than a building. Their commitment to providing a 5-star customer experience is what sets them apart. With that being said, I would be remiss if I didn't thank Brad, Mark, Tatiana, Mike, and Don for their leadership, as well as Nick from the marketing team. I would also like to thank the frontline employee leaders, Scott and Ryan on the sales side, as well as Dave and Cookie on the service and parts side. Again, congratulations on your 45th anniversary, and wishing you continued success over the years to come in the Lexington market. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. Just wanted to say thank you for being here and for building this beautiful facility, JP. Appreciate you all serving the Lexington market, and it's been a great 45 years, and we're looking forward to the next 45 years. So with that, there you are.
All right, now the big moment. Time to cut this ribbon. Going to bring the whole group back together and cut the ribbon and take a few photos, and a little more left. Big pair of scissors.
We're getting pretty good at this.
We'll count down from 5. Everybody come on in. by turning it over to Tatiana Adair, COO for Paul Miller.
Thank you everyone for coming, and I will be very short and quick. I had honor and privilege to manage building of this building. So imagine that. So it was very tedious and not easy task. But I had great partners by my side. It's Bread Construction Company. I love them and recommend everybody to use them because they are amazing. They're taking care of their customers. And please give them a round of applause for all this amazing building. And now I will give the opportunity to Brad to invite. Yes.
Yeah, well, I want to thank her so much for all her hard work. You have no idea the amount of time and effort she has put into. I learned a long time ago, a car dealer does not need to build a building. We can pay for the building, but it is in our best interest to turn it over to the experts. And sometimes when dealers get involved in building buildings, a lot of bad ideas come together, a lot of delays, a lot of nonsense. So we stayed out of the way, and we let her and her team, along with Cheryl and Brett and the entire team, put it together. And I think it was like 10 or 11 months, I think, ground up to move in, if you can possibly imagine. So that's efficiency, and that's what we like around here. And hopefully when you come to purchase a vehicle here, we'll be just as efficient in that process. So thank you all, and thank you for all you do. We really appreciate it. Thank you so much. We've got an entire opportunity over here for sushi, Hot Rock Sushi. That's our sushi brand. It was named Hot Rock Sushi because when my parents came back from Japan, they actually brought back hot rocks for middle schoolers, and we all got to enjoy the Japanese culture in middle school. And so when it came time to open a sushi outlet, we called it Hot Rock in honor of my mom and dad's trip to Japan when they signed on with Mazda. So it's full circle for the family. Enjoy the sushi, enjoy the barbecue. I'm turning it back over to you. All right, Brad Ferguson. Thanks again, Jill. I know your time's valuable, so thank you all for being here.
That was it, really quick. Thank you, JP. That was it. JP let it off. We got Hot Rock Sushi and some barbecue. But while you're on campus, take a time, enjoy the building, enjoy the facilities. Check out some unique points that you may not notice. One of my favorites is right across from us, right across the parking lot here, is the Bronco mural, which is another neat little touch that just kind of lets you peek behind the curtain of the Millers and really JP of what he's doing. And take a look at this campus. All the innovative pieces, all the things that are moving and shaking are because of the guy that, like I said, the last time when we opened the Ford Pro Elite building, I get to call a friend. So thank you, JP.
Thank you.
All right.
Enjoy yourself. Have fun.
One more quick thank you, and that is to Jay Coleman from the Lexington Philharmonic, provided the music at the piano over to my right. For our special guest, please pick up the gift bags, the promotional items, and tour the facility. Enjoy some food, and thank you for being here today.